How does chess pawn structure affect your opening repertoire? Imagine building a house. The foundation you choose influences how everything else fits together. In chess, your pawn structure is like that foundation. It shapes your entire game plan from the start. When you pick your opening moves, you are essentially choosing the kind of pawn formation you want to develop. Different structures lead to different types of positions and strategies. For example, some openings create a closed center where pawns block each other, making the game slow and positional. Others open up the center early, leading to faster, tactical battles. If you prefer slow maneuvering, you might lean toward openings that produce a closed or static pawn center. But if you enjoy quick attacks and sharp tactics, openings that open the center quickly suit you better. There are common pawn structures that appear in many openings. The closed center has pawns locked in place, limiting early exchanges and pushing play to the sides. The mobile center features a flexible pawn formation that can be advanced or retreated, giving you options. The static center is more fixed, often with tension that can be broken at the right moment. Open centers have at least one open file, creating lines for your rooks and queens to operate freely. Amorphous structures are more fluid and unpredictable, often seen in complex openings like the Sicilian defense. Choosing openings that lead to pawn structures you understand helps you plan your moves better. If you like slow, positional play, you might choose openings that produce a closed or static center. If you prefer dynamic, tactical battles, openings that open the center early will fit your style. Knowing the typical pawn formations also helps you anticipate your opponent's plans. For instance, in the Carlsbad pawn structure, which arises from the queen's gambit declined, black often aims for a minority attack, while white looks for central breaks. Recognizing these plans makes it easier to decide your moves and stay ahead. When creating your opening repertoire, aim for variety. This prevents your game from becoming predictable. Pick openings that lead to pawn structures matching your strengths. Study the typical pawn breaks and weaknesses associated with those structures. This knowledge guides your middle game plans and helps you decide when to push or defend. Remember, some pawn structures favor certain endgames. For example, a pawn majority on one side can become a winning plan in the endgame. Your opening choices influence your entire game, so selecting openings that produce familiar pawn formations can give you a strategic edge. In the end, your pawn structure is like a blueprint for your entire game. By understanding and choosing openings that lead to structures you know well, you can develop clearer plans and respond more confidently to your opponent's moves. This awareness makes your overall game more consistent and effective.